Last episode, we started a new Man United career mode and sold a bucket load of players in the process, including the likes of Fred, Victor Lindelof, and even the legendary Phil Jones. However, those departures and the marquee summer signing of Jude Bellingham from Dortmund wasn't enough to stop Chelsea banging 4 goals past us in the opening league game of the season. Now, whilst we have plenty of areas to improve in the team, the big question was, should I keep or sell Harry Maguire? And whilst it was a close call, you've decided that Harry Maguire will be staying at the club this season. And as he is staying, I'm going one step further and putting him straight back in the starting 11 ahead of new signing in real life Martinez, and he's being restored as club captain as well. So with 2 weeks remaining in the transfer window and 290 million to spend, we've still got some time to add a couple more players. Before we do though, if you're enjoying the series so far, please feel free to like and subscribe, and let's get into today's episode. Now, as I've only got 3 senior centre-backs at the club, I put it out there that I needed some help to bring in a 4th choice defender, and some of the comments I got were very, very interesting. Firstly, I've got Sign, Kim Min-jae, Enzo Fernandez, Frimpong Gusto, and maybe even a backup goalkeeper as well. So I did go ahead and shortlist Kim Min-jae, and from the outset it does actually look like he might have some decent stats, but as I am still waiting for an overall rating, I have gone ahead and also shortlisted some other defenders. Starting off with Bremer, an 83 rated man from Juventus. I've got Mark Gay of Crystal Palace, as United do have a history of buying up some of the best young talents from other Premier League teams. I've got Mohamed Simakan, young 22-year-old Frenchman from Leipzig. And finally, I've got Ezri Konsa from Aston Villa. Now again, as you'll see, pretty much going through all of these, most of them have got a question mark next to their rating. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for my scouts to come back with an official report, see what the stats are saying, and then make a decision as to who I'm going to bring in the club from there. Now, as I ended up selling Aaron Wan-Bissaka to Manchester City in episode 1, I'm also on the hunt for another right back as well. And Jeremy Frimpong's made another appearance in the comments, this time saying that he'll provide great competition for Dalot. The thing is, I have shortlisted him, but I did also buy him in my PSG career mode, so I kind of don't really want to buy the same players for every single series I do. So I have shortlisted him, but I've also taken it upon myself to shortlist some other right backs as well, starting off with João Mario from Porto. I've got Gertruda from Feyenoord. I've also got Mazraoui from Bayern Munich. I've got Malo Gusto from Lyon, and finally another English talent in Kieran Trippier from Newcastle. Once again, the same as my centre-backs, most of these have got a question mark next to their rating. I'm going to wait to see what the scouts say in terms of what they could offer me, and then I'll make a decision as to which one I want to try and bring into the club. And finally, Marcus Rashford's getting a lot of love in the comments, and with 5-star skill moves and rated 81, it's not really hard to see why. He's got great physical and mental stats, decent technical stats as well, and I do plan on making him the main man at the club this season. Before we move on, one thing I did just want to say is thank you so much. We've hit 1,000 subscribers at the end of 2022, a great way to finish the year. I appreciate all your likes, all your subscriptions, and all your comments. Keep them coming. It really, really helps with the content, and hopefully we can have an even better 2023. Now, last episode we did talk a little bit about our youth academy and some of the decent players that we do have coming through. However, I didn't really talk too much about setting up scouting networks, and once again, I would love it if you could help me. Let me know down in the comments below, what region do you want me to set my scouting networks up? What country in that region do you want me to set them up? And finally, what type of youth players would you like me to find? For now though, whilst we wait for those scout reports to come in, we go back to the Premier League and we're going to go to the G-Tech Community Stadium for a big game against Brentford, a game that we must win as we now sit 20th in the Premier League table, having lost 4-0 to Chelsea in the opening game. We remain winless though. A goal from Eriksen not enough, and it's cancelled out by Mbeumo in the 76th minute. We share the points as it finishes 1-1. However, our season finally kickstarts with a massive 3-0 win at home to Brighton, courtesy of a massive Bruno Fernandes hat-trick. However, as we sit 9th in the table after 3 games with only 4 points on the board, we are in definite need of some serious reinforcements. And even more so now, as while in episode 1 he turned down a £20 million move to Seville, this time Donny van der Beek has accepted a £22 million move to Leicester City. And as you can see, that has left my squad incredibly threadbare. I've only got 1 reserve, and it means that 65 rated Garnachos have to be shifted up to the substitutes bench, and that's only because no club will take him on loan. Fortunately enough though, my scout reports have come back in, and to my surprise, Kim Min-jae is actually only rated 79. He's 4 points behind Bremner in spite of being the same age as him. Mark Gay is actually 78, and he's only 22. I've got Simakan as well, who's 78, and I've got Esri Konsa, who's 79. And so with that in mind, I have decided to go with a more realistic approach and follow the methods that Sir Alex Ferguson used to do when he was in charge, and that is poaching the best young talent from other Premier League teams. And so after a bit of negotiation, I've decided to purchase Mark Gay from Crystal Palace, £32.5 million. And whilst his stats aren't incredible, and he probably won't slot into my first 11 straight away, at 22 years of age and 78 rated, he's got so much room to develop, and I think long term he will be the successor to this man, Harry Maguire. Now, right back is where it gets interesting. I've got Kieran Trippier, who technically is the best rated right back in my shortlist, but as I know from my Newcastle United career mode, he will tail off pretty quickly. I've got Malo Gusto, the man who was recommended to me in the comments. He's the worst rated at 75, but he is the youngest and with the highest room to develop. I've got Mazraoui at 82, Gertruda at 77, Yao Mario at 74, and I've got Jeremy Frimpong, who I know will turn into a great right back, but I'm just not sure if I want to buy him again. This time though, I am going to listen to the comments, and that means a quick stopover in the Eurostar to France to negotiate with Lyon, and £11 million later, Malo Gusto, a 19-year-old, will be joining Manchester United to become our third signing of the summer. And whilst he is technically a lower rating than Aaron Wan-Bissaka, as FIFA says, he is an exciting prospect. He's only 19 years of age, and he's got so much room to grow and develop. He's got decent stats as it stands, and I think long term, he will provide this man Dalot with a lot of competition. And looking at my team, we do still have quite a long way to go. We've got quite a small squad, and we don't really have too much depth in midfield, nor do we have too much depth up front. However, I do want to limit this summer transfer window to only 3 signings, as I do want to keep it as realistic as possible. I also want your help to let me know, who do you think I should bring into the club in January? Ideally, I'm looking for another central midfielder, and I'm also looking for some attacking options as well to try and help me up front. And so now, with the transfer window well and truly shut, we go back to the Premier League, where we have a massive local derby against Manchester City at the Etihad. As you can see from the table, it looks like neither team have started the season off particularly well. City in 6th. We find ourselves in 12th. As for the starting 11, David De Gea, of course, starts in goal. Dalot at right back. Varane is partnered by the new captain, Harry Maguire, courtesy of your votes. Luke Shaw at left back. Casemiro, Jude Bellingham, Bruno Fernandes in the middle, with Anthony, Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho up front. Varane into Casemiro. He finds Bruno Fernandes, who's in acres of space. Can he try and forward ball out to Sancho? He can. Sancho puts it onto his right, goes for a finesse. Edison makes a bit of a meal of that, but he gets it away in the end. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, the former Manchester United man, playing in his first local derby since the move to City, and immediately he just gave the ball away. Jude Bellingham now into Bruno Fernandes, out wide to Luke Shaw. He's got loads of space, but decides to go in field for Sancho. Sancho to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes to strike. What a save. Bruno Fernandes with the resulting corner, puts a good ball in, looking for the header. Sancho can't quite find him. Jude Bellingham will get the return, gives it to Fernandes for a second cross into the box to absolutely no one. Mahrez, oh, nice ball into the path of Rodri, who finds himself up front. He just skips away from Casemiro, plays a ball across. This has been a much better opening 30 minutes here than it was against Chelsea in the opening episode. Sancho puts it in, looking for the header. Rashford couldn't quite find him. Foden just bundles Dalot off the ball, and he's got space to run into here on this left-hand side. He's going to look to try and go past Varane. Doesn't need to. Passes it to Haaland. The big man, Harry Maguire, is there with a thumping challenge. De Bruyne, though, has it. Lays it out to Mahrez on the left-hand side. Mahrez checks back into Foden. He shifts it onto his left. Great save. Mahrez with the corner. It's City's first corner of the game. They're going to put it into the edge of the 6-yard box. It's headed down, and it's off for a goal kick. And Wan-Bissaka again for Keir. Mahrez on the right-hand side here. Looks for Haaland in the centre. He's just trying to shift away from Raphael Varane. Can't quite do it, but it's De Bruyne. Now to Fekir. De Bruyne has it again. Looks for João Cancelo. And De Gea forced into a big save. It's end-to-end stuff here in Manchester. As City have another corner here, and they go short to Fekir. Fancy footwork to get away from, I'm not sure who it was. I think it might have been Bellingham, but it's hacked away now. Rashford tried to get there. Ruben Diaz picks it up. He drives forward, looks for Haaland. Maguire is there once again. Wan-Bissaka, Mahrez into Fekir. Fekir trying to go past Raphael Varane. He does easily, and he puts it in the back of the net. A lovely 1-2 between Fekir and Haaland, I think it was. give Man City the lead right at the start of the second half. He finds Rashford. Rashford has been pretty quiet, but lays a nice ball to Anthony on the right-hand side. Dinks it back across. What a volley. What a save. Bruno Fernandes with the corner. Puts it in, looking for Casemiro just over his head. It's going to come out to Bellingham. Lovely touch. He strikes. It's off the goalkeeper. Can they keep it in? Oh, they just about. Very, very lucky from City there. Casemiro going to try and dink a ball right over into the path of Anthony. It's a wonderful ball. Anthony takes it down really nicely. Takes a lovely touch. Tries to shift it onto his left. Looks for a shot. Oh, it's blocked off by Rodri. Great challenge. Fekir trying to skip away from Casemiro. Does really nicely. Gives it to Mahrez. He skips away from Luke Shaw. Drives into the box. He doesn't really have too many options. Checks back. Lovely footwork. He's still got it. Into De Bruyne. What a save. And with 76 minutes on the clock, 1-0 down, I've got to make a change and I'm switching to 4-4-2. Martial comes on. Luke Shaw and Casemiro go off. City, though, have a corner. Mahrez into Foden on the edge of the box. Looks for De Bruyne. Lovely stuff. De Bruyne still has it. Tries to get round De Gea. De Gea is keeping us in this game. Jude Bellingham tried to play a ball into Rashford. Couldn't quite find him. De Bruyne into Mahrez. Varane tried to put a challenge in. It wasn't good enough. Mahrez still has it. Oh, it's bundled in by Haaland. He got round the back of Harry Maguire. And, oh, it's actually gone down as a Mahrez goal. Haaland, I thought it came off Haaland. Apparently it didn't. Mahrez, let's check the replay out. Mahrez gets away from Varane too easily. Just threads a ball across. Oh, it comes off of Harry Maguire. The GOAT. The new captain. Oh my word, he's had an absolute shocker. Dalot driving into space here. Great play from Dalot. Skips away from two defenders. Strikes. Oh, over the bar. Corner here that substitute Christian Eriksen will take. Just flings it in, looking for the head of Sancho. Can't quite find him. Martial picks it up nicely. Blocked off by the defender. It comes out to Anthony, who tries to strike. It comes now back out to Martial. He's going to try and go right to the right-hand side. Flicks the ball in. It's not a good enough ball in, blocked by Foden. And we just can't get the ball under control. De Bruyne to get it away for City. The referee blows the whistle. And it's a really terrible result here at the local Manchester derby. City win it 2-0. To be honest, in the second half they outplayed us. It was pretty even in the first half, but we couldn't take our chances. And we live to regret it. 2-0 City, game over. For now, though, we've got to put that result to one side and focus on Europe as we kick off our Europa League campaign at home to Real Sociedad. We've got them, PAOK or P-A-O-K, not sure how to pronounce their name, and FC Cluj in our group. Surely we've got to be topping this one. A European game does give me the opportunity to make some changes to my squad, and the first change I'm going to make is Sancho is going to make way for Garnacho, who's going to play his first game of this season. Luke Shaw will give way to Malacia. I'm also going to bring in Martinez in place of Maguire, and also Mark Gay is going to get the opportunity to make his debut for the club, as well as Gusto as well. He will start at right back. The only other change I'm going to make is Bruno Fernandes is going to go off. Eriksen's going to come in. I'm going to swap Casemiro for Scott McTominay, and I'm finally going to bring in Martial up front in place of Rashford. Sorloth, oh, nice footwork to try and get away from Malacia there. He does a really nice job. Lays it into Sadiq. A lovely finish, and straight past David De Gea inside the opening 7 minutes. It's been an absolute shocking start. 1-0 Real Sociedad. Sadiq to Gilberto on the right-hand side. Real Sociedad have started this first half off unbelievably. Mark Gay, though, on his debut, makes a great challenge. Sorloth, he's been an absolute fiend so far in this game. Lays a lovely ball to Sadiq, the goal scorer, but McTominay was there to put the challenge in. Jude Bellingham, he's blocked off by Marino. It's Edgar now. Real Sociedad just all over us here. We can't seem to string two passes together, and that is a pretty tame shot. We got away with one there. Sadiq once again gets blocked off by Gay. Again, though, it's Silva now trying to drive into the box. It's Martinez trying to put a challenge in. It is a challenge. It's not good enough. It's bundled away, and McTominay just about can get the ball away. We are all over the shop in the opening half an hour here. Sadiq for Sociedad just trying to run down this right-hand side. He's been chased down by Mark Gay, and Mark Gay once again putting in a great challenge. He's had a very good debut in this opening half. Sadiq once again plays a ball into Silva. Silva with a strike off the bar. Marino gets blocked off by Jude Bellingham. Nice interception. Looks for Anthony on the right-hand side. Anthony's going to try and play a ball into Martial. It's a good ball. Can Martial find Christian Eriksen? He can. Can Eriksen get there? He can. He puts it into the back of the net. It's 1-1 here. We are back on level terms. Real Sociedad have definitely been the better team, but I will take this. Christian Eriksen popping up with his first goal of the season. It's 1-1. Augusto tries to fling a ball out to the left-hand side, but it finds Martial. He can knock it on to Garnacho. He now drives into the box. Garnacho to try and turn back now to shift it onto his right. Is he just going to get blocked off here? He's still got the ball. Great stuff from him. It's McTominay. McTominay finds Anthony. Anthony to strike on his right. It's not the best strike, and it's just tipped over the bar from the goalkeeper. Eriksen with the corner here, just going to try and whip this one right into the penalty spot. It's a great ball, and it's an even better header, but a great save from the goalkeeper. Eriksen's got a second go here, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Look for Jude Bellingham again, and this time, Jude Bellingham finds the back of the net for his first Manchester United goal, and what a time to score. 2-1 here in our first Europa League tie. Oh, Real Sociedad, now they've got two forward here. Silva, I'm trying to hold the run up with Gay. It's a great ball across, and it's Malacia who gets it away. Real Sociedad really should have put the ball in the back of the net there. They had a wonderful opportunity. Malacia on the left-hand side, driving forward here. I'm going to try and find Martial. He's in space. Martial to drive into the box. Martial to strike straight against the defender. Marc Guéhi into the path of Bruno Fernandes. Surely the referee's going to blow his whistle anytime soon. It's a ball forward from Gusto into Anthony. Anthony to try and play this across into the path of Martial. Great defending. What an interception that was. Anthony picks it up again. The referee surely has to blow the whistle sometime soon. It's headed away, and finally he does. 6 minutes into stoppage time. It finishes here 2-1. The fans celebrate. It was a very tricky first half, but we fought back in the second, and we get the win here. 2-1, a great way to start off our Europa League campaign. Now, I was heading over to the squad hub to see what the stats were looking like for my players so far this season. However, as I was doing that, I suddenly realised that some of my players, like De Gea, only have 10 months left on their contract, and it got me thinking, how many players are there in the team? And as you can see, I've got Dubravka, who's obviously on loan from Newcastle. I've got Galbraith, who's also out on loan as well. But I've got Garnacho, I've got Marcus Rashford, David De Gea, Dalot as well at right back, and Luke Shaw at left back, all of whom have only got 10 months left on their contract. So I am kind of 50-50 on some of these contract extensions. Garnacho, I definitely want to. Marcus Rashford, obviously I'm going to extend his contract. David De Gea, he's 87 rated. He is 31 years of age. He is in his peak. I probably will extend his contract as well. Dalot at 23 years of age, 80 rated. I will probably do the same for him. Luke Shaw, however, he is the man I'm much unsure about. He's 27 years of age, 81 rated. His market value is £21.5 million, sorry. I'm 50-50 as to whether or not I actually want to extend his contract. Now, long term, I see this man, Tyrell Malacia, becoming my first choice left back at the club. He's 4 years younger than Luke Shaw, and I think he's got more room to grow and develop as well. However, I am unsure about Luke Shaw. With 10 months remaining on his contract, should I cash in on him, or should I extend his contract next episode? Let me know down in the comments below what you think. What should I do along with the rest of all of these players? Let me know what you think, and we'll take a look at it in the next episode. We're going to end this episode, though, at a wet and windy Old Trafford, where we have another massive derby, this time against Liverpool. And due to some fatigue, thanks to our midweek European game against Real Sociedad, I've made one major change to my starting 11, and it is that man, Alejandro Garnacho, making his Premier League debut in this career mode. He starts on the left-hand side in place of Anthony, who goes to the bench. Jadon Sancho switches across to the right. Samiro in the centre, trying to drive through the heart of the Liverpool midfield, but he's blocked off by Jota. Jota now can try and stretch his legs down this right-hand side. He's got the pace to beat Casemiro. He's got the trickery to do so as well. Lays it off to Salah. He gives it back to Jota. Looks for Henderson, who's unmarked in the centre. Lovely ball to Salah. Salah, quick feet. Not quick enough for Varane. Good defending. But Varane just gives the ball away to Henderson. What is he doing? Henderson picks it up. Blocked off by Harry Maguire. It's Luis Diaz who's tripped up by Harry Maguire. Liverpool still have it. In the end, goes straight to De Gea. And it's pretty shocking from both sides in the end. 22 minutes in, and we've got our first corner of the game. It's Bruno Fernandes to take. Whips it into the edge of the 6-yard box. Was looking for Rafael Varane. Couldn't find him. Garnacho, though, will play it back out wide to Fernandes. He'll throw it back into the box. Looks for was looking for Rashford. I got my words all mixed up. But in the end, it was headed away, and Liverpool can get it clear. And now Liverpool can try and strike a counter-attack. Dalot's out of position here. Luis Diaz trying to drive down this left-hand side. Can he get past Dalot? Great defense. defending. Luis Diaz with the throw, finds Jota in a good amount of space. Jota, nice footwork, lays it back to Thiago. Dalot is there yet again. Jude Bellingham now sprays it out to Sancho on the right-hand side. Sancho's got the pace to try and get past Van Dijk. Drives down this right-hand side, looking for an option. There's a man out wide on the left-hand side. Can't quite find him. Bruno Fernandes to take the corner. 40 minutes played. It's a great ball in. Big header from Sancho. Alisson saves well, though. Bruno Fernandes takes that touch. Really nice. Just skips away from the defender into Jude Bellingham. He's got space to run into. Jude Bellingham to strike with his right. What a save. Fernandes with another corner here. We're putting the pressure on here early doors in this second half. It's a header from Sancho. It's another corner. Fernandes to take yet again. I'm going to put it into the same area. Sancho just couldn't get his head on it this time. It's out now. Can Casemiro get there ahead of Salah? No, he can't. Thiago for Liverpool into Jota. They've got a man over here on the right-hand side in Trent Alexander-Arnold, and they find him really nicely. Garnacho's now trying to track back and defend, but Alexander-Arnold gets away from him. Checks back inside. Lovely ball into Mo Salah, blocked off by Casemiro, who's been an absolute wall in the centre of the park for us. Garnacho now to try and get away from Alexander-Arnold. It's end-to-end stuff here in Manchester. Mo Salah on the right-hand side. Lovely footwork to get away from Maguire. Dinks it back in. Bit of an unorthodox ball, but Fabinho picks it back up. He gets ahead of Maguire again. Henderson now is in space to drive into the box. It's a lovely ball, and Liverpool have absolutely carved us apart. It is 1-0 here at Old Trafford, and Diego Jota gives them the lead. Fantastic build-up play. They carved me apart. Harry Maguire was nowhere to be seen. Henderson drove into the box, and instead of taking this shot on as I thought he was going to, just laid it into the path of Jota, and he made no mistake inside the 6-yard box. 1-0 Liverpool. Garnacho into Marcus Rashford, takes it really nicely, lays it into Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham to strike, and just like that, within a blink of an eye, we are back in this game, and Jude Bellingham gets his first Premier League goal for Manchester United. He scored his first European goal and his first goal for the club, in the previous game, and he's followed that up with a huge goal against Manchester United's biggest rivals. A lovely ball from Rashford, and Jude Bellingham made no mistake, powered it past Alisson. 1-1. Tomine, the substitute, gives that one straight away to Thiago. It's Luis Diaz now to try and drive into the box, but McTominay makes amends. Great defending, and he gives it now to Christian Eriksen, the other substitute. He lays it off to Sancho on the right-hand side here. Can we try and spring a counter-attack with only minutes remaining? Sancho with a great ball in, looking for the head of either Martial, the substitute, or Rashford. Can't find him. McTominay with a strike. What a save. Corner here that Fernandes is going to take. This is going to be surely the last chance of the game. A great ball in. It's headed off Varane, bouncing around. Virgil van Dijk will get it clear. The referee blows the whistle, and it will finish here at Old Trafford. 1-1. An unbelievable end-to-end game here. Neither team could take home the win, but to be honest, on the balance of play, I am pretty happy with the draw. I think it was a fair result, and it finishes 1-1. And that's where we're going to end this episode, top of the Europa League group after a 2-1 win against Real Sociedad. The same can't be said for our Premier League campaign though. We are 16th in the table, 2 points above the relegation zone, 5 games played, 5 points on the board, and this is not where I wanted to be at the start of the season. We scroll all the way up. Already we are 5 points behind the Champions League places, and we really need to put our fingers out if we want to be successful this season. But that is it for the end of the episode. Thank you so much for your likes, your subscriptions, and your comments. Please keep them coming, and I'll see you again next time.